Today we're going to cook Katkat Manioc. It was a dish that was shared with me by a relative, made it excellently, and I'm just trying to recreate the recipe. And I know it's done in different ways across the island and around the world from Mauritian families. This is my version. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll make sure that at the end of this video and in the description all the ingredients and all the techniques are listed for you. Keep watching. Okay, so you're going to peel your manioc, your cassava, add some salt to your pressure cooker and let it cook for about 5 minutes until it's nice and softened. You'll just touch it with a knife and it should come clean through. Then you remove that aside and start to work on your meat dish. So we added 1 pound of nicely marbled meat here and chopped it into a large chunk, maybe half-inch chunks. Dice 1 onion, more or less if you like it. Then start to soften it again in your pressure cooker. Make sure that's washed and clean before you use it if you're using the same one. Then add some ginger garlic paste and soften and brown the onions. Once you have reached that point, then it's time to add your meat to this and seal the meat under a medium-high heat. Now it's time to add your spices. So this is dog mix. You can add it as spicy as you like. We used 2 teaspoonfuls for this amount of meat. If you want it spicier, you know, be brave. If you don't, 2 teaspoons is enough for kids and adults to enjoy the dish. Then you need to blend 3 tomatoes. That's about half a pound of tomatoes, and then add that to the mix. Stir it up. You would want to add some salt to taste. Again, just to make sure. You might not think there's enough salt in the spice if you've only used 2 teaspoons, and that should be what it looks like. Then let it go again under pressure. Start to sort out your watercress, which is cleaned and prepped. In Mauritius we get quite a lot. In Europe you won't get that much. And then add it to the cooked meat on top just lightly, and then stir it gently. Start to reduce down that watercress, and then add back the juice and the manioc that you cooked earlier to the pot. And don't worry about chopping them up, because as you stir and as you serve, eventually you'll see you'll be able to break. This is so soft. If you cut them up too softly now, you'll end up mashing it and it'll just be one big mashed potato pie. So don't want to do that. Okay, just be gentle with it. Stir it. The yuca or the cassava on top of the watercress will cook down the watercress automatically. Let it go in the pressure cooker lightly for another minute or 2. That's what it's going to look like. Now as you leave it, the starches from the cassava will start to make the sauce thicken. So again, this is another thing for taste, preferentially if you need it more or less. Then add some coriander and you are done. That is Katkat Manioc. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we will be able to bring you some more cooking videos. The origins of the dish are very, very deep rooted in the evolving and migratory patterns of the people who live on the island of Mauritius, influenced by people from Africa, mainly Asia and European cultures. As people came, colonized, became slaves, became laborers, and eventually into where we are today. But I believe it's probably comes from somewhere in West Africa, when the original people from West Africa came to the island. While cassava is native to South America, it was introduced into Africa by the Portuguese, and then later spread to other parts of the world, and again hence made its way to Mauritius during the colonial era. And I hope you're able to share it with your families. Thanks a lot. Keep watching.